success story to another. Bruce Lee was known for his mastery of martial arts and Joe Louis for boxing, but they were also pioneers in a sport that combined their talents. Kickboxing was born out of frustration in the 1970s. American karate competitors grew tired of the primitive scoring system in martial arts, so they created a sport that combines kicking and punching. Today, a West Virginian is helping the sport to continue to grow. Erica Celeste introduces us to South Charleston's Bill Dexter, a national kickboxing champion.
I mainly fight just to test my training. You know, I do this so much, you want to know if you can use it. And if you don't get in the ring and fight, you really don't know if you can use it.
Use it he does. 28-year-old Bill Dexter began training less than 2 years ago and is already the national kickboxing champion.
Well, since a kid, I've ran around, jump, kick, punch, so it just comes natural, I guess.
Growing up, Dexter was always fascinated with martial arts. But one day he saw a fight that would change his life.
Royce Gracie's what got me into fighting. I saw him win the first 2 UFCs with jiu-jitsu. You know, I'd been interested in other martial arts, but I'd taken them and wasn't really happy with them. And I saw jiu-jitsu and I said, well, this is what you need to do. Because most fights go to the ground, and if you can't fight on the ground, you're going to lose. So that's what got me into jiu-jitsu. That's what led to me kickboxing.
To reach his goal, Dexter, who works as an MRI technician by day, began training with co-worker Butch Hiles, who also happens to own a gym. At first, they began working on jiu-jitsu, training 3 days a week for several hours at a time.
We've got guys in the gym that might come to the gym 5 days a week, 6 days a week, but they also have to do stuff on their own. And Bill goes home and he runs and he thinks about it. You know, he thinks about what happens in practice. A lot of people don't do that. As soon as they leave practice, it's over. They don't think about it anymore, which is fine. But if you want to be a good fighter, you got to go home and think of what happened, why you were getting hit. I believe that Bill does that.
1 year later, Bill Dexter had a good handle on jiu-jitsu and began 4 months of intense kickboxing training. Even though jiu-jitsu is his first love, he felt kickboxing would give him additional advantages.
Kickboxing gives you a whole game. So I can fight on my feet, I can fight on the ground. Wherever the fight goes, I'm comfortable there. That's why I do it.
While the workouts are intense, there really are only a few simple techniques for training. Dexter works out with a punching bag, shadow boxes, or spars with a partner. At the end of the day, he and his trainer review the footage of the day's workout to see where improvements can be made.
We don't train one style of kickboxing. There are styles, but we train kind of a hybrid Muay Thai style. Whatever we think works is what we use. So it's different styles. We don't have really a philosophy. If it works for you, use it.
Even though Dexter is the national champion, he says he just thinks of himself as an average kickboxer and credits Hiles with his success.
Someone who knows what they're doing, telling you what to do is what you need. So it's all on your trainer.
The respect is mutual. One of the unique things about this gym is that unlike other places where athletes are highly competitive against each other, this group tries to share everything that they learn. They believe that familiarity helps them improve because they must be on their toes to find new ways to beat each other.
My trainer told me a long time ago that the ultimate reward is having somebody that you teach or taught to beat you. That means that you've done your job, and it's going to happen. I mean, people have different skill levels, different strengths, so it's one of those things you hope for. I mean, obviously you don't want to get beat up, but you hope that they beat you because of the stuff you told them.
So when Dexter decided to compete, everyone at the gym was behind him, giving him tips and helping him train. His first fight was in Lancaster, Ohio.
He was a boxer, not used to kicks. It lasted 11 seconds because I just kicked him in the head, and that was the end of the fight.
Then he was on to Virginia.
We went 2 rounds, and then the bell rang for the 3rd round. He couldn't answer the bell. He said his foot hurt, but I think he really just didn't want to fight anymore.
Even at 5'8" and 130 pounds, Dexter is usually bigger than most of his opponents in the lightweight division. But Hiles says that's not the only thing that makes Dexter a champion.
Some of the best fighters are the people that really believe that they're going to win. They're not afraid. You know, you have to go in the ring thinking that you're going to win, believing that you're going to win. You have to trust your gym. You have to trust the people that are in the gym. And then you go in there and then you just display your skill. I wouldn't put anybody in a fight that was just scared or not ready, because probably the mental aspect of it is good, probably 80% of the fight.
After his second win, Dexter had to wait nearly 10 months to compete in the Nationals, so he felt a little rusty. Yet he says he had a good feeling going in.
You have to go in thinking you're going to win, or you pretty much wouldn't be there doing it. But I figured I had pretty good chances.
Though Dexter downplays the win, Hiles is quick to set everyone straight.
Bill's title that he just won, it's the most prestigious amateur title, the top amateur title that you can have. There was over 200 fighters in the event that we went down to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. They had 2 rings running at the same time, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 2 days straight. You know, some of the people that have held the title, same title that Bill have, are some really famous fighters in our industry. It's a big deal.
Bill Dexter says he doesn't have any major goals when it comes to kickboxing. He's toying with the idea of going pro, but says it's all right even if that never happens, because he's already accomplished what he wants to get out of kickboxing, to help the gym and have a little fun.
I don't have any real aspirations, just whatever comes.
For Outlook, I'm Erica Celeste in South Charleston.
Dexter still hasn't decided if he plans to defend his national title next year. On next week's Outlook, we'll